Hello and welcome to your yoga class, your yoga practice with me. Today I'm Sarah Barghigian. The only props you're going to need today are your mat and a folded blanket or a towel. So get that now, and I want you to sit on it please, with it nicely folded and you're right at the front of it, just to bring your bottom up a centimetre or two as you sit cross-legged, and bring your hands onto your legs. This is going to be a vinyasa sequence. We're going to prepare a little bit sitting down, but after this it's going to be all standing, where we're going to be adding on pose by pose by pose, two at a time, doing some variations in plank and variations in the backbend part of the Vinyasa Kramas. So lots of variety, lots of strength work, lots of flexibility work. This is going to be a short sequence to zest stuff up, to really get you into your day and to make you feel great. And it's a good sequence for you to keep coming back to see your progress, especially in those elements where things progress each time, so that you can see your progress as you repeat and get stronger and get more flexible. If you aren't already subscribed, please hit the subscription button and feel free to leave any comments, and please do give me the thumbs up when you've done the sequence and you've loved it. And if you're not already a patron and you want more support from me, please do have a look at the link in the comments box below, and you'll get more information about how I can support you more. So cross-legged here with your right leg in front, walk your feet a little bit away from each other and show the soles of your feet to the sides of the room as you blade your feet down. And pick up your arms, inhale here, and as you exhale, twist to the right. Then bring your hands down and continue breathing. See if you can bring the right hand back a little bit more. Press in with your left hand into the right thigh, but also use your abdominal strength to twist. Stay in the twist, but keep your hands up, float them up. Turn back to center, inhale, and as you exhale, twist to the left. See if you can bring the left shoulder back a touch more. Keep pressing the little toe edges of your feet down and press your feet a little bit in towards your body. Pick your hands up, but keep the twist and turn back to center. Now bring your hands behind you so that you can change the cross of your legs, and bring your right hand down and do a side bend to your right. Really reach the left hand far away from the left hip and let the left hip relax down towards the floor, and then turn your chest up a bit more towards the ceiling so the right ribs come forward and the left ribs move back. Change sides, bring your left hand down, relax the shoulder, reach your right arm up, even blade your fingers here in the right hand. Turn your chest up a little bit more here. Put some weight into your left arm. Come back to center. Bring your hands onto the floor behind you again and raise your chest. Lift up the base of your breastbone as you push all of your fingertips into the floor behind you. Now lower your chin and come into downward facing dog. So bring your hands to the front of your mat, move your blanket away, step back. Start with your knees bent, push your hands forward. And once you've established nice straight strong arms and turned your inner elbow creases up a little more to the ceiling, push down with the bases of your index fingers and thumbs and start to straighten your legs a touch more. Be aware of any injuries you might have as you go through this sequence, and be careful, be mindful, make wise decisions. Put a little bend into your knees and look forwards and walk your feet slowly to the top of the mat. Separate your feet to hip width apart, so you could put at least two of your feet inside your feet here. Bend your knees in the forward fold. Press all of your fingers down. Relax your neck. Let your head hang. Bring your hands onto your hips one by one. Push your feet down and come up to standing. Bring your hands down by your sides so that you're in mountain pose, Tadasana, but with your feet apart. This is where we begin the vinyasa. So we're going to do a series of kramas with all of them advancing, and remember that you can always backtrack and do the variations that we did before, and I'll explain all that as we go along. Turn your palms out to the side walls. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead, hands apart. Exhale, bend your knees, turn your palms to the side walls and touch the floor again. Inhale, raise your chest, look up, either bent knees or straight legs. And as you exhale, walk back into plank. So we're going to do lots of variations in plank. For this one, bring your knees down to the floor, bring your right elbow down, bring your left elbow down so that you come into forearm plank. Keep your knees on the floor or tuck your toes under and pick up both of your knees for 10 seconds. Keep your breathing steady, press your tailbone down, press your elbows towards each other. 3, 2, 1. Now if your knees are up, bring them down to the floor now, and then land your thighs and pubic bone. Bring your toenails to the floor, bring your right hand to the floor, coming into Cobra here. Press your hands down, raise your chest up. So a normal classic Cobra, and it doesn't have to be high. Lift your shoulders up away from the floor and come into downward facing dog. Really push down through the bases of your index fingers as you press back. Then bring your 2 feet together. Raise your right leg up and back for 3-legged dog. And as you exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Pick that leg up, that right leg up as high as you can. Then come onto your right fingertips and step your right foot forward in between your hands. Bring your back knee down. Bring your arms out to the sides, coming into Anjaneyasana. Lift up your thumbnails. Push your back foot down. Raise your chin. And look at your hands. You can look forward if your neck is feeling too creaky or uncomfortable looking up. Then do look down at your right foot. Bring your hands to the floor. Pick up the back knee for a moment. Then go back to downward facing dog. Flatten the left hand, step the right foot back. Bring your feet together. Inhale the left leg up and back. Squeeze your right buttock in. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose. And again, you're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Keep the knee and the foot high. Come onto your left fingertips and step your left foot forward in between your hands. Bring your back knee down. Keep the back toes tucked under as you bring your arms out to the side again. Anjaneyasana. Press your front foot towards your back knee to help drag that back knee forward a touch more. It's not actually moving, but you've got this feeling of the back leg and the back hip, the right hip coming forwards as you stabilize that left hip. Look up possibly, then look down, hands down, fingertips down, pick up the back knee, downward facing dog. Separate your feet, put a little bend in your knees, look forwards, either walk or step your right foot, then your left to the top of your mat. Ardha Uttanasana, make sure your toes are pointing straight ahead. Exhale, fold to Uttanasana. Coming to standing, sweep your arms out to the sides, reach up, stretch up. Turn your palms to the side walls and bring your hands down. So that's one Vinyasa Krama. Inhale, bring your arms up. We're going to do a few more. Bend your knees, exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, raise your chest, half lift. Exhale, walk back into plank. So the variation in plank this time is going to be, again, bring your knees down to the floor. Left elbow down, right elbow down, forearm plank. Stay with this with your knees down or pick your knees up. Stay with this like we did before, or step your feet a little further apart from each other and drop both heels to the left. Whatever you're doing, knees down or knees up with straight legs, or the heels to the left, stay here for a couple more breaths. If your heels are to the left, pick them up now and bring them over to the right. Try and keep your breathing steady. Lift your chest up away from the floor. Press your shoulders towards your feet. Pick your heels up. Bring your knees down to the floor. Cobra again. So land your pubic bone. Left hand by the side of your ribs and then the right hand. Drag your hands back towards your feet. We're going to do another back bend here. So please come halfway down. Pick your hands up. Reach your hands behind you and interlace your fingers. Straighten your arms, push your knuckles towards your feet. Stay with this or pick your feet up as well. And with straight legs, possibly move your legs a little closer to each other. Bring your legs down if they're up. Release your hands. Back to Cobra. Then downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under. Press back. Bring your feet together. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot forward between your hands. Again, back knee down. Inhale, bring your arms up. Again, Anjaneyasana. Gaze forward. Stay with this or pick up the back knee. Straighten your left leg. 3, stay with this. 2, 1. Now, from here, grab your left wrist and lean over to the right. 3, 2, 1. Back up to center, separate your hands. Slowly bring your hands down, step back to downward facing dog. Bring your feet together again. Inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot forward between your hands. Bring your back knee down. Sweep your arms out to the side, Anjaneyasana. Again, look forward. Squeeze the left buttock in, and as you inhale, pick up that back knee. 3, 2, 1. Grab your right wrist, lean to the left. 3, raise your heart. 2, really straighten that back knee. 1, back to Anjaneyasana. Touch down, step back, downward facing dog. Put a little bend in your knees and look forwards. Step your left foot, then your right, or walk to the top of your mat. Inhale for half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Remember, you can always bend your knees in these forward folds. Come up to standing, bend your knees, sweep your arms out to the sides. Come up, turn your palms to the side walls, and bring your hands down. That's 2. Inhale, bring your arms up. Bend your knees, exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, raise your chest, half lift. Exhale, walk back into plank. Now, in this plank, step your left hand forward a good 8 to 10 centimeters. Make sure the index finger is pointing straight ahead. Separate your feet. Drop both your heels to the left. You can keep your right hand pressing down into the floor, or as you press both of your shoulders towards your feet, bring your right arm out to the side so that you're coming into this kind of windscreen wiper feet variation of Vashisthasana. Possibly look up at the top hand, or if you're losing your balance, look down. Bring the right hand down and bring it in line with the left hand. Index finger again forward. Pick up your heels. Spin both of them over to the right. You can keep the left hand on the floor, or again, bring that hand up. Lift your hips up so you feel like you're lifting them up into a kind of banana shape. 3, so your whole body is curving up. 2, 1, squeeze your legs strong. Bring your left hand down, come into a normal downward facing dog. Pick up your heels. Good enough for the back bend. Bring your knees to the floor. Bring everything down. Curl up into Cobra. Come halfway down. Bend both of your knees. Separate your toes. Reach your hands towards your ankles. Stay with this, or possibly bend your knees more so that your fingers can reach around and hook around the outsides of your ankles. Stay with this, or possibly lift your shoulders up more from the floor, pick up your thighs and push your toes to the back of the room to raise your chest and straighten your arms for bow pose. Squeeze your knees towards each other and keep breathing. 3, 2, 1, come up a little higher. Then release, downward facing dog. Bring your 2 feet together. Inhale, raise the right leg up and back for 3-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot forward in between your hands. Bring your back knee down. Inhale, bring your arms out to the side, Anjaneyasana. Stay here as you exhale. On your next inhalation, pick up the back knee. Crescent Warrior. Now for Warrior 2, bring your back heel down and bring your right hand forward. We're going to add on another pose here, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Squeeze the right buttock in, straighten your right leg. Move your right arm and your torso forwards, then bring your right hand down below your knee. Push down through the 4 corners of your foot, that right foot, the base of the big toe, as well as the inner heel, and then the outer little toe edge, and then turn your right ribs under, your left ribs back. 3, firm your abdominal muscles by knitting in the ribs towards each other. 2, 1. Now come back into Warrior 2. So raise the right hand up, bend the right knee. Then bring your right hand down to the floor, then the left, and come back to downward facing dog. Pick up the back heel and step back. Bring your 2 feet together. Inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot forward between your hands, Anjaneyasana, back knee down. Inhale, bring your arms up. Pause here as you squeeze the left buttock in. When you're ready, inhale, pick up the back knee. And then open up to Warrior 2. Bring your back heel down, squeeze the left buttock in. Straighten that back leg a little bit more and push down through the little toe edges of both feet. Trikonasana, straighten the left leg, lean forwards. Get space and length in that left side of your body as you then reach your right hand up. Have a quick look at your left foot. A very common misalignment here is that we pick up the big toe edge of that front foot, so really nail it down. Press these top ribs in, lean back. Come back to Warrior 2. Bend the left knee, bring your arms parallel to the floor. Downward facing dog. Put a little bend into your knees and look forwards. And either walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale for half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, sweep your arms out to the sides. Turn your palms to the side walls and bring your hands down. Let's keep going. Inhale, bring your arms up. Bend your knees, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, raise your chest, half lift. Exhale, plank pose. Okay, now you know a few options here in plank. If you would prefer to do the first one again, where you brought your elbows and forearms down to the floor, go for it. Bend your knees and bring them down. Or, as we did before, just the last one, step your left hand forward about 8 centimeters, separate your feet. Bring both of the heels over to the left. You can keep your right hand on the floor or bring your arm up. Stay with this or do tree pose in Vashisthasana. So if you're going to do that, bend the right leg, reach with your hand, grab the front of the ankle and place your foot as high as you can inside that inner left thigh. And then lift up your hips, whatever you're doing. 3, and press your shoulders towards your feet. 2, 1. Now to the other side. So do whatever you did on this side, on the other side. Bring your right hand down. You can continue with the forearm plank. Bring your knees to the floor whenever you need to. Option again here to come into tree pose if you want to take things on a little bit more of an adventurous line. 3, 2, squeeze your legs strong and press your tailbone towards the left side of your mat. 2, 1. Come into downward facing dog. And come forward into plank. Bring your knees to the floor. Bring everything down. Curl up into Cobra. Come halfway down. From here, again, Dhanurasana. Bend both of your knees. Reach around with your hands and push your feet towards the back of the room. Squeeze your knees towards each other. Now, there's a fun variation of Dhanurasana where you lie on your side. So, lie on your right side by leaning over to the right. Keep pushing your feet away. 3, rest your head on the floor. 2, you might be wondering how you're going to get out of this. 1, it's going to be okay. Inhale, come back onto your belly. And as you exhale, go to the other side. Over to the left. Keep pushing your feet away from you. 3, 2, 1, come back to center. Release your hands, come into Cobra. And then press back into downward facing dog. Push back. And when you get here, bring your 2 feet together again. Raise your right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, step your foot forward in between your hands, bring your back knee down. Inhale, bring your arms out to the side, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, stay here, press your front foot to the back knee. Inhale, pick up that back knee, straighten your back leg. And as you exhale, Warrior 2. Trikonasana, straighten your right leg. Now, half moon. Things are getting interesting here. Bend the right knee. Step your back foot forward. Bring your right fingertips ahead of you and then over to the right. about a torso length ahead of your toes, half moon. And we're going to add in another pose here. Straighten your legs as much as you can. For standing splits, bend the left knee a little bit here, squeeze the left buttock in, then bring your hand down to the floor, your left hand down to the floor, and see if you can raise that back leg up a little bit more and possibly straighten the standing leg. 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to step back into Crescent Warrior here. So bend the right knee really deeply, rest your ribs onto that right thigh. Step the left leg back to the back of the mat. Bring your arms up. Downward facing dog. Touch down. Step the right foot back. Bring your feet together. Inhale, raise the left leg up and back. Exhale, step your foot forward in between your hands. Bring the back knee down. Anjaneyasana. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, squeeze the left buttock in. Inhale, pick up the back knee. Exhale, Warrior 2. Trikonasana, straighten the left leg. Raise the right hand vertical. Half moon, bend the left knee, step the back foot forward. Try and keep your left toes pointing straight ahead. Standing splits, bend the standing leg a little bit, squeeze that buttock in, bring the right hand down, and then raise the back leg up. Try and have that right hip point pointing straight down. Crescent Warrior, bend the left knee a lot. Step the right foot to the back of your mat, sweep your arms up. Downward facing dog. Put a little bend into your knees and look forwards and walk, step, float or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, fold. Child's pose. Walk your feet back, bring your knees down, big toes touch, forehead to the floor. Stretch your hands to the front of your mat and keep your elbows straight. Bring your forehead to the floor. Get your breath back. Gradually lengthen each inhale and exhale. And let the ground hold the weight of your head here. Really relax your neck. Now raise your head and look at your hands. Walk your hands back and come into Virasana. So the option here is to just sit onto your heels and stay in Vajrasana, or pick your bottom up, separate your feet, press your hands onto your calf muscles to create space for the backs of your thighs to be able to be placed in between your calves. Push your toenails down. Whatever you're doing, rest your hands on your thighs and drag your hands back towards you so your elbows touch the sides of your body and your arms rest. Lower your chin. Keeping your eyes open, gaze softly at the ground ahead of you. And breathe into the entirety of your lungs. The sides, the back, the base, the top. Smooth, steady breaths. Then from here, push your feet down, pick your bottom up, put your hands onto the floor ahead of you and come into Shavasana. Now, I know that it's often avoided, Shavasana, especially when you're doing yoga online on a recorded class, but please do it. Bring your elbows to the floor, come all the way down. Just before you come completely into it, drop both your knees to the right, pick them up and then bring them over to the left. Do that one more time, drop them all the way to the right, widen your feet far away from each other, a good mat width distance between the feet. Pick the knees up, drop them to the left. Then pick your knees up and lengthen one leg long, then the other. 1 minute here of stillness. Come straight into the pose. Shavasana being softening and dropping your body, resting. Practicing resting. Let your jaw be slightly hinged open. Soften the skin on your face and throughout your body. Let your breathing be very normal and light and natural. And I'm going to be quiet now for a little bit longer as you let go. Now please feel free to stay here longer. Press the pause button or bend your knees one by one. Roll to your right. And then press down with your left, then your right hand and push yourself up. Sit cross-legged with either leg in front. You can sit on your towel if you want. Bring your palms onto your thighs, push them down to help you really stretch your spine tall. Press the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Bring your hands to your heart. Lower your chin so that your chin touches your fingertips. Then release your hands and again bring them down onto your legs. Press down. Then raise your chin. Again, sit tall, sit light. Open your eyes. Namaste. Well done. I'd love to know how that went for you. So please do leave any comments or messages, questions, requests, insights in the comments box below. Give the class a thumbs up. And I hope the rest of your day goes really well. Thank you.